Hey guys, it's AFS Alarm 777 of the Game Evolution to bring to you another episode of Pokemon Leaf Green. In the last episode we blazed through about half of the trail. I believe the only reason this half takes longer is because there's more Pokemon. We did lose our Hitmonchan, he's fainted, we'll bring him back later. Susie, I should have healed off screen, but it's okay, because we have Baron, and Baron needs levels. Alright, so, I think I'm just going to start biting things to death. That seems like a good idea to me. Yeah, it seems to be doing fine. Okay, so, oh, no, I'm not doing fine anymore. Not doing so fine anymore. In the last episode, I started a story, got about halfway through it and didn't finish. So, go watch that episode, by the way. Because all my episodes are awesome and you need to watch them all. How did I move before Pikachu? Okay, so, like I said, I played Pokemon Fire Red when I was back in elementary. And all I did was train up my Charizard, and I did beat the game. But still, I hardly knew what I was doing. I don't really call playing the game only raising one Pokemon knowing what you're doing. Like, yeah, speedrunners do it, and they know what they're doing, but speedrunners have a specific reason why they only raise one Pokemon. It's because they're trying to beat the game fast. If you're trying to sit here and actually have fun with the game, you spread out your team, you diversify. I do think it'd be interesting to have a Let's Play that only uses 5 Pokemon. That'd be interesting. Rattata. No, I'm not. I'm trying to tell a story and try to think. I don't know why I'm so scared of Rattata. It's late at night. I'm not. My brain isn't really on the working side of things, which is why I should take another drink of Sunny D because it's delicious and it helps my brain. Fantastic. That didn't help my brain at all. However, it tasted delicious like it always does. So, there was one other game I played before Fire Red. I played Pokemon, I think I did Ruby? I know I had Ruby and Sapphire. I had both of them because my parents pretty much gave me whatever I want. So long as I was a good kid. If I started misbehaving, they would stop giving me things and I would be sad. So that's basically how I learned to be a good kid. Yeah, bribery, but it worked because as a really, really little kid, like before I went to elementary school, they spanked me, and I became terrified of the spankings. And not that I'm complaining. I believe spanking is an okay thing, and I don't understand why people complain. Oh, it's a terrible thing to spank your kid. It's evil. No, you're just teaching your kid. There's an item here. There is, yes. But anyway, that's how they taught me early, and then later they taught me basically with bribery. And I'd say it works. I'm not a terrible person. There were things I wish I would have learned early, but I think I turned out fine. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. I played Ruby, and I basically did the same thing I did with Fire Red. I got a Swampert. Got my hands on Swampert, and that was it. That was the rest of the game, Swampert. Burping. It was pretty hilarious, actually, that I was just able to waltz through the game with the one Pokemon. And like I said, like I did with the Mankey, I caught a couple other Pokemon, but by the end of the game, they were about level 20, and that's it. So they were useless. I remember I didn't train as much. I did more dodging trainers than actually sitting there training my Pokemon. So I beat all 8 gyms with Swampert. It's a wonder how I beat the last gym, but I did. But then I couldn't beat the Elite Four, so I traded Pokemon with my cousin. My cousin actually knew how to get a whole bunch of legendaries and get Pokemon that were good and high level, and he had a couple extra Pokemon he didn't mind letting go. So he gave me a Raichu, the Pikachu's evolved form, and I will eventually be doing the 3rd generation of Pokemon, so I don't want to spoil too much, even though it's a really old game. You'd know what I'm talking about by now. But there is an Ice Legendary. He gave me that, which helped me beat those two, along with my Swampert, helped me beat the Elite Four. And honestly, I did require a lot of help. Oh, I had a Groudon too. You should know about Groudon. He's kind of the cover art. I'm not talking about the secret legendaries. But yeah, the main one, Groudon, I had him, of course, because legendaries were awesome, and I wanted to get as many as I could, even though I only knew how to get the one. That was that. I basically had a terrible time trying to beat the Elite Four in that game. It was not good. I was not good. I had no idea what I was doing. So yeah, it was around Pearl that I actually learned really how to play Pokemon. And even then, I only had about 4 Pokemon when I challenged the Pokemon League. I had my starter, I had the main legendary Palkia. I believe I raised the bird Pokemon. I know what it's called, but again, just not really talking about Pokemon from later generations. I'll say it is Starly. I believe I raised that one up. I had another one, I don't remember what it is. The point is, I found it at a really high level, and I was like, oh, he's around the same level as the Pokemon in my party! I gotta catch that! That's basically my rule of thumb back when I first started figuring out what I was doing. It's like, alright, if I go into the wild and I find a Pokemon the same level as the Pokemon in my party, he gets added. Which reminds me of another funny story I had when I first started playing Fire Red that I believe I've already told. Yeah, I think I already told it, but I'm going to tell it again. So, like I said, when I found a level the same as mine, I tried to catch it. Well, turns out, when I was in Mount Moon, I found a Pokemon. I found Zubat, same level as my starter, and that was really high because I was just using my starter. And Mankey, because he got me through the first gym. So, I'm sitting here looking at the Zubat, it's like, oh, he's really high level, of course he's going to be an awesome Pokemon. And Brock has him in the anime, so he's got to be good. So I'm sitting there throwing Pokeballs, but I believe I was at church. The church wasn't in session, but I was at church, and my parents were, like, working on, like, a security system, I think? I don't know. They were doing something, and basically they just brought me because they didn't want to leave me at home. So I was just sitting around playing my game, sitting on the stairs, and there were a couple friends around. So I just kept throwing Pokeballs. I'd look away, start talking to them. I'd look back to see if I caught it, and I didn't. So I'd click throw a Pokeball, and I'd look away, playing with them. And I look back, okay, I didn't catch it. I used all my Pokeballs. I just did not understand why I could not catch that freaking Zubat. So I look back, and it's... Sure enough, it's a trainer. Trainer owned that Pokemon, which is why it was such a higher level Pokemon. And that is probably my most embarrassing Pokemon story that I remember anyway. there's probably more embarrassing ones where I thought I was good at Pokemon and I just outright lost a battle. I know that I think I cheated once in a Nuzlocke I did. Basically, something happened and it made me really, really mad because most of it was I wasn't paying attention. I looked away and just kept clicking, and it ended up screwing me over. So I got upset and I just cheated and said, okay, you know what, forget it, I'm going to go heal this up and we're good. But I felt it was okay, because if you're not having fun doing something, then why do it? Like, obviously there's things that aren't fun that you gotta do, like you gotta go work, and most people don't enjoy their work, but you have to. But why would you do things you don't have to if you're not having fun, or you're not gaining something from it, or you're not helping someone? What's the point if it's not benefiting anything to do it? So I figured, yeah, I need to obey the rules, but I still want to have fun and I want to keep this Pokemon, so I will. And I did, and it turned out to be a fun Nuzlocke, and he never died for the rest of the thing. He only died when I stopped paying attention. So, I will say for the future of this channel, Nuzlocks are probably not going to be a thing. I may decide later in the game, not later in the game, later in the future of this channel, like, oh, I want to do a Nuzlocke, so I'll do it. But I will tell you ahead of time, if you're coming here thinking, alright, he's doing Pokemon, he'll eventually do a Nuzlocke, you're out of luck, buddy. I'm probably not going to. For those of you who have just been hearing me toss around this word, not understanding anything I'm saying, a Nuzlocke is where you play Pokemon, and if your Pokemon faints, it's dead. You don't get it back. That's the basic rule. There's also a whole bunch of other rules. It's basically saying Pokemon is too easy and it's time to add a little challenge. That's the basics behind a Nuzlocke. I actually want to heal up my Pokemon here, because it's a really long route with no healing stations. So let me just we'll get Ari back up there. I dropped something. I think it's my Wii sensor bar. By the way, I think I found a setup where I can record Okami. I think. If I record it again and it starts screwing up, I'm just going to say forget Okami for even longer. Like I said, I'm not giving up on it. I won't do that. I'm going to come back to Okami. But if it screws up again in recording, I'm going to say forget it. I'm going to save up money and I'm going to get a new sensor bar. But for now, I'm just going to continue with Pokemon, because I'm having a lot of fun with this Let's Play. Even though it seems like I'm bored out of my mind sometimes, I really am having a lot of fun with this. I'm hoping you guys are too, just watching. That's why I always feel bad about these episodes, because I feel like I didn't make much progress, but then I looked at my commentary and think, alright, well, I'm not used to commentary yet, so the commentary is not good either. And I start feeling bad because I'm having such a great time, but no one else is. It feels like just everyone else, the reason nobody watches is they're not enjoying. But I really gotta stop thinking that way, because I'll look at my channel, it'll say no views. So that doesn't mean someone came, watched, and then hated it. That means no one's seen it yet. So I just gotta wait. Wait till I start gathering up viewers. Don't get down on myself yet. Now, if I start getting a whole bunch of dislikes, then maybe. Maybe that'll say something that I shouldn't be doing Let's Play. But I think it's fine the way it is. I enjoy it. My camera does decent quality, so I'm not terribly worried about the quality. Like I said, I'm trying to get a capture card, but without a job, that's kind of hard. Um, so I'm gonna have to wait till the summer when I actually have a job and can save up money for it. But until then, the camera seems to be doing just fine, other than when I kick it, like I do a lot. Why does you guys have to have a million Pokemon? I don't understand. They're all horrible level Pokemon that I can one or two shot, and it wastes a whole bunch of time, and then I end up feeling that this is a bad episode because I've got nothing accomplished. Alright, there goes Spearow. I do have one more episode to record after this to get me through the week. Because I'm recording Monday night, or rather Tuesday really, really early in the morning. It's 12:17 a.m. It's a wonder why I'm so tired after school. I have one more to record to get me through the week. Because I only have one more episode that's going to be recorded technically today, because it's Tuesday now. Like the video, I started uploading my video really, really late. So technically I missed Monday, but I'm gonna say that video was Monday, even though it got uploaded like 12 o'clock Tuesday morning. I need to just start coming home and uploading. I need to stop messing around, get home, immediately start the upload, and while my upload's going, I can sit down with my homework. The only problem with that is I keep falling asleep, and it's a vicious cycle, and I need to get sleep over the weekend. Luckily, spring break is coming up, and that's going to be awesome because I'm going to get all the sleep I ever wanted. And I'll be doing plenty of recording. In fact, I think spring break is where I'm going to start working on Okami. I'd like to look into it to be able to upload 2 videos a day. I want to do that. However, being busy is kind of a problem I've been having. So it may not work out that way. I want to upload 1 episode of Pokemon, 1 episode of Okami. It'll work out the way that... Oh God, please... Let's not do this. Let's not play this game. Ow. And poison. Ow. Okay. I need to start paying a little more attention. Alright, Jolteon, you have quick attack? Yeah, finish it off. Oh man. Alright, coughing. Just special attack and it'll be done. I'm trying not to train Hypno very much, because Hypno is at a good level that he'll be able to take on what he needs to take on. Believe me, he's going to be really helpful coming up soon. Okay, he didn't poison. I was going to be really, really upset. Who should I train next? Like, let's say I get to the gym where Baron's gonna actually be helpful, or rather, Baron. Let's say I get there and turns out that he faints. What do I do then? I think I'm gonna go with Ari. I think Ari would be the next best choice. Honestly, I don't even know which gym I'm gonna do next, because the town I'm traveling to right now has a gym, and Saffron has a gym. The game wants you to take on Saffron Gym first, and I think the anime did as well. But I usually make it down to the next city first. I'll just say it's Fuchsia City. I usually make it down to Fuchsia City first and do that gym. They even have lower levels. I don't understand why you're supposed to do Saffron first when Saffron's gym leader has a higher level Pokemon than Fuchsia's gym does. It doesn't make sense to me. I think if you said a Doduo, I'll just stay with Ari. It should be fine. Yeah, Doduo. I don't think we've seen a Doduo. I've explained it, but yeah, really fast Pokemon. Even though it has no wings, it can fly. It can learn fly. Sunny D time. It's really, really weak though. You hit it with almost anything and it's going to go down. The only thing it's really going to be tanking is hits from weaker Pokemon. It really won't be doing much against higher level Pokemon. There we got Jolteon. Should be able to finish up Pidgeotto, no problem. In fact, he will. I know he will. Because he's Jolteon and he's been a murder cannon this entire game. I think it's that one Coughing. I think Coughing's the only Pokemon that has survived a Jolteon so far. It's really... I still don't understand. Am I poisoned? I just saw the screen like... Okay, no, I'm not. I just saw the screen like shake up. I could use my Revise, but I'm saving those for a rainy day when I get stuck in a fight and it ends up being a terrible fight and I gotta heal them up. Because with the Saffron City Gym coming up, and I only have one move to help me out, I imagine I'm gonna have some trouble. Got another Bird Keeper. I said we were about halfway through, but like I said as well, so many more trainers on the second half of the route. Let me look through these real quick. Oh hey, there's... Okay, I'm dumb. There's new Pokemon. This is technically a new route. It's, I didn't see what you're sending out. I'm honestly not paying any attention to what's going on. I'm just shooting flames at whatever comes out. There's new Pokemon on this route. You can find Pidgeotto at level 29 at a 5% chance encounter rate. Another Pokemon you can find at a 5% encounter rate is a very, very unique Pokemon, yet at the same time it's not unique whatsoever. What do I mean by that? Well, we're looking at the normal type Pokemon, Ditto. Ditto has 0 offensive moves. In fact, it only has one move. Ditto has the move Transform. So it's original in that you're not going to find any Pokemon like it. It's one of the only 2 Pokemon that can use Transform legitimately. And it's... there's something coming out, I don't know. Jolteon, you can handle it. I trust. What it does is it transforms into the opponent's Pokemon. So let's say I got Ditto out against this Fearow here. Or we'll say the Fearow is a Ditto going against my Jolteon. If it used Transform before Jolteon Murder Cannoned it, it would not only adapt my type, it would adapt all 4 moves I have here. It would get Shockwave, Sand Attack, Double Kick, and Quick Attack. I believe it only gets 5 uses of each move, though. So once you transform, you get 20 attacks, and then Ditto's useless for the rest of the fight. Now, 20 attacks should be enough to finish a fight. I don't know anyone who, unless it's a Wi-Fi battle, I don't know anyone who enters a battle for longer than 20 moves. Maybe one of the more epic fights with the Elite Four, or what comes after the Elite Four, maybe more 20. I know Legendaries take more than 20 moves because you're trying to catch it. Something about soaring through the sky, but I'm just going to delete all your Pokemon. So anyway, that's the new Pokemon. No new fishing Pokemon. Alright, so we're down to the Bird Keepers here. Let's do this. Here we go. Who am I fighting? Someone with a Spearow. Does he have 5 Pokemon? Doduo? No. He only has 3. He has Spearow and a... Okay, that's not what I was trying to do at all. I think this is the end of the route. Is it? I'm confused and lost. This is Route 13. It cuts off right there. I'm looking at a map of it, and the trainers I'm fighting aren't on the picture. So I think I need to click onto the next route. Flamethrower. That's all I got for flamethrowers, so Ari's not going to be all that useful for the rest of the route. So let me just flip over here. Switch out to Jolteon. Because Jolteon will just murder cannon it. And so you end up right here. Yes, this is exactly what I was looking at. You find the exact same Pokemon you've been finding, including Ditto over here. Except Ditto over here is increased to a 15% chance. Weirdly enough. So this is where you're going to want to find Ditto, not over there in the whole fencing area. So we just fought Marlin. Where's Marlin? He's right there. So this should be Donald. Donald? Something about TMs and probably fly because you're a bird keeper. No, we're at Beck. Okay, Beck's right there. I forgot to switch. I'm still trying to figure out where the heck I am in terms of how many more trainers I need to fight before this. Oh, good lord. Okay, so I've been super distracted. I was paying zero attention to the time. This is a longer episode. Oops. Well, I hope you guys liked being treated to a longer episode. I also hope you don't mind longer episodes. I know I've gone 30 minutes before. I've done 30-minute episodes with Mario Sunshine. But still, just have 30-minute episodes of me one- or two-shotting Pokemon over and over and over again. It's not incredibly interesting. It may have been funny to know that I'm lost. I know where I'm going, so I'm not lost in the sense of I don't have any idea where I'm trying to get to. Is there anything here? No, no. Okay. And nothing. That was absolutely useless. I don't need to save. I'm going to keep going. So, I'll heal up my Pokemon, and then we'll finish the rest of this route on the, hopefully, a normal-sized episode, because I'll hopefully be paying attention in the next episode, and hopefully saying hopefully a lot less in the next episode, hopefully. Goodbye.